So in this video, we're going to be talking about how and why self-worth is the biggest return on investment you can have and where to take the first steps. Let's get into it. So if you're watching these videos, it's very likely that you are on a mission and a journey to better yourself, to heal yourself, and to grow yourself. And from that, I assume that you've probably read a lot of personal development books. They talk about changing you, and as a consequence, your results will change. Now, this is extremely true on every human endeavor. We need to focus on ourselves. For an example, if you're in sales and you're constantly being afraid that you're a burden, that people don't want to talk to you, that you don't have any value to offer, no matter what sales tricks and techniques I give you, if you don't change the identity that people don't love, value, and respect you, there's no the sales techniques will optimize the poor frame that you're in. So you may be able to convert slightly higher than you were, but you're still in that paradigm and you're still in that frame, which means you're still going to get poor results. So then what is self-worth? Self-worth is simply, how do you see yourself? How do you rank yourself? What is your identity? These, in my opinion, is what self-worth is. So if you think poorly of yourself, you're going to teach people how to treat you, which are going to get you different results. So then, instead of blaming other people on why they're not treating you, why they're not complying, how come you have no influence or persuasion over them, you need to take full responsibility and understand that it's your fault that you're like this, and you need to take full responsibility and figure out what exactly is it within me that's making people treat me like this. Now, this is very hard to do because you're challenging your own ego and you're challenging your own identity, and that's why very few people are able to actually create certain outcomes for themselves. So you need to face your inner demons. You need to face the parts of yourself from childhood that you've been running away from and actually face it. Now, we're going to go over some common things that people have issues with and give you guys some insight on that. Now, I used to do mortgages, and in the beginning, when I started doing mortgages, I would have to cold call people, hundreds of people a day. And a lot of these people that I was cold calling were getting hundreds of calls from other people as well. So then I'm competing against hundreds of people, and a lot of the times I felt like I was just burdening these people. So then I wouldn't be full focus, full energy on the phone because I feel like this guy's gonna, blow me off. He's not gonna like me, whatever. And although this was still true, once I changed the perspective, I understood that maybe most of the people, they probably have a finance guy. Maybe they have this, maybe they have that already. But there's some people who actually need me, who actually value me, who actually want to work with me instead of somebody else. Because I have a lot of positive attributes about me, and I've seen my competition, and in my personal opinion, I'm way ahead of most of them. So I think it is very important, and I think I'm very important and valuable to the people I work with. Now, not everybody's going to see that, and that's fine. But once I started changing my perspective and my identity of myself, then I was able to show up in a different way for my clients. My tonality was different. The way I responded to questions, objections, the way I was able to relate, the amount of referrals I got was very, very high because I built like a real relationship with my clients. And this is just one example of how you can completely change the outcomes just by changing your identity and your belief system and the unconscious programs that are running you, that were instilled in you from childhood. And once you make these shifts, your behavior starts to shift. When your behavior starts to shift, your outcome starts to shift. And once your outcome starts to shift, your life begins to just change. And it's just a cyclical pattern. So once you start winning, it's called the winner's effect. You just keep winning and winning. And if you lose, same thing happens. You keep losing and losing because, well, it has to do with, obviously, your belief system starts it, but the dopamine and the serotonin that comes as a result of winning also gets higher and lower according to the outcomes. But it all has to do with the belief systems you have and your relationship to failure. Now, this was just one example in finances that is going to elevate you. Now, you take that exact same principle that you aren't a burden, you're not valued, wanted, whatever it is, and you shift it over to relationships. Now you switch that mindset. How much is your relationships going to change? It's going to be dramatic. Now, what if you change that to health? It's going to be completely dramatic, completely different switch. See, so one shift in a identity and a mindset bleeds into every single area of life, where you're just getting different results, better results in every single element and every single arena. So this is why investing in your personal development and your self-worth and your core identity is going to have the greatest impact on your life, because it literally bleeds into everything else. Like, there's certain purchases you can make where it just affects a small area of your life, but not this. This bleeds into everything, and the quality and your happiness and your experience of life, even if your life doesn't like become better, which wouldn't happen, but let's just say as a thought experiment, every single as the way you experience life will be significantly better. And for me, just that part alone would be worth it. And I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on my personal development, read hundreds of books, all of these things. So hopefully this video was beneficial to you. And if it was, leave a like and follow. And hopefully this inspired you to just go full force on your personal development and healing, and just invest in yourself in every area. Just keep double downing on yourself. Invest as much as you can. And eventually, you'll get to a point where you invest so much in yourself, you'll start to have overflow. And once that overflow comes, you'll still be able to invest in yourself and still have more abundance in every other area of your life to just do what you want with it. So, hope that was helpful, and peace out.